Okay, Brahim Diaz has completed his transfer from Man City to Real Madrid, and he's also, whilst in the middle of that transfer, signed a contract until 2025. There's a reason why he ended up leaving, and that was to do with the fact he wasn't getting played. I can see Foden going down the same route. If he's not going to get played, they're going to seek to continue their careers elsewhere. We see this a lot with young players who are seen as these exceptionally talented individuals, and there's a lot of them coming through at this time. In the I would say the bracket of, I would say, 18 to 25 years old, in that age group, there is it's an increasingly talented group of players, and not just in football, but in the majority of sports. There's a really talented group of young players coming through at the same time. It's a generational thing, and then we may go through a period where then there isn't a great load of talent. But at the moment, there's a lot of young talent coming through in sport. They weren't getting played. He wasn't getting played. 4 games so far this season, and apparently Man City tried their hardest to keep him. I think in the contract negotiations, he's probably going, "Why are you not playing me? Play me, and then I will be happy to stay." Guardiola didn't give him a good enough response. He said, "Right, here's my transfer request. Find me a club that wants to play me." And to be fair, I feel sorry for the player not getting played enough. He's only played 15 first team games. That's not enough to develop at top level, because it just isn't. It's not just a Man City problem. We see this a lot. Chelsea are renowned for having similar issues with their youth players, and it's a complicated issue. Getting your young players into a established squad. But I'm surprised over this busy festive period we've just come out of that Man City didn't play him more, especially with the injuries in the midfield and some of the defeats they had. It was a prime opportunity to rotate the squad a little bit, give him some game time, give him a little run in the side to get his confidence up, and to assess how he does under pressure in a meaningful league game. Didn't do it. So I think this is Man City's mismanagement of the player has led to this, and it's Man City's loss in Real Madrid's game, because when Florentino Perez comes out and says we have an exceptional talent, um, he's normally saying that because they have an exceptional talent. Real Madrid aren't having the best season this season. I can expect him to get a lot of time in La Liga. I don't think he played in the Champions League either, so I can see him playing in the Champions League. And we know what Real Madrid do in the Champions League; they win it a lot of the time. But Real Madrid's La Liga form isn't great. It's been pretty poor this season. They're struggling to score goals. This kid's hungry and wants to impress. He signed a long-term contract. I think it's a 6-year contract. He's going to want to impress. Um, he's going to play, and it's going to bite Man City in the arse. We've seen it with Chelsea, where young youth prospects at Chelsea aren't getting game time. They're sent out on loan, or they're sold off cheap, and then they either buy them back at great expense, or they meet this young prospect at a club in the Premier League, FA Cup, or European competition, and that kid they let go has developed into a very fine individual player and has a performance that bites Chelsea in the arse. We've seen it before. Other clubs have had this issue with trying to get the young players into the squad, but I am surprised with Man City, considering that some of this Diaz's contemporaries at Man United and Liverpool are getting game time. He would have played against in youth football as well, during the youth cup, youth FA Cup, and things like that. Players he would have played against at youth level are now getting regular first team appearances at Everton, Liverpool, uh, you know, Man United, and other clubs. Southampton, they regularly play their youth. He hasn't got the game time, and he's gone elsewhere. And he's going to, I think, be an integral part going forward of this Real Madrid side. But there we go. He's completed his transfer. There will be add-ons, and it will grow in value from 15.5 million to over 21. But this is Man City's loss and Man City's mismanagement of the young player and Real Madrid's game. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.